But like I said about the pre-show match, it's cool to see Goldust back. And a lot of people have been asking me, specifically in hashtag AskGSM this past week, do I see Goldust rekindling his rivalry with Stardust going forward? Now, based off of Raw, it looks like that might be the direction they're heading in. I'm not holding my breath only because we have seen this time and time again. And I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, I said it in the Q&A video on Monday that we have seen this feud. How many times has it been teased? How many times could they have done it in the last, no joke, 4 or 5 years? They could have done it with Cody versus Goldust at WrestleMania 28 with Cody as the Intercontinental Champion and Goldust getting one last match. Goldust pitched it. They shot it down. Vince did, I believe. Then at 29, Goldust came back at the Royal Rumble in 2013, had an awesome return, battled with Cody for a little while, got eliminated by Cody. I even thought at the time when Cody was doing the Rhodes Scholar shtick that him and Sandow could have faced Goldust and Booker T for one more match at WrestleMania 29, and Goldust didn't return at that point in time. You fast forward to WrestleMania 30 when Goldust and Cody had just dropped the tag team titles at the Royal Rumble. That January to the New Age Outlaws, they thought, great, they can finally go their separate ways. Maybe you turn Cody heel. I wanted to go Goldust to go heel because they thought, go back to his traditional days, the original Goldust from 1995, not the androgynous Goldust, but he was a great freaking heel back in 95, 96. And more importantly, Cody could be, built up to be this breakout babyface, and they didn't do it. And then, again, for a 4th straight year, and this is ridiculous. I mean, before I even get into that, the funny thing about this is that, and I'll probably make this into a clip for the YouTube channel, but one of the I think even if not the first clip I ever produced for WrestleRant Radio, one of the excerpts of this show dating back to October of 2013 when the show first debuted on EC Radio, the first clip I ever produced was why Goldust and Cody Rhodes should have a match at WrestleMania 30, and they did not do it. And it's amazing to me that 2 years have gone by, and I'm still complaining about this because I feel like it's the right thing to do. But anyway, at WrestleMania 31, they had the feud going. They had the match at Fastlane, but I guess the negative reaction online to the match and in the arena kind of scared officials off from doing a rematch, and they nixed the feud, which was ridiculous because Stardust was involved in the ladder match, which was great, but you could have taken him out and it wouldn't have mattered a freaking difference at all. It wouldn't have mattered whatsoever because he didn't win. He didn't have any major spots in that match, so what did it matter? You could have done or at least put Goldust in the match. It was ridiculous that Goldust was in the Battle Royal, and him and Stardust had nothing to do with each other on that show. And that was the perfect opportunity to bring back Cody Rhodes. I've kind of cooled off on that as in the last couple of months, just because I know how much the Stardust character means to Cody, and how much fun he has doing it. Great for him. I just feel like long-term he will find more success as Cody than as Stardust. He's probably not going to be booked properly either way. It's not like before he was Stardust. He was some main event player. I mean, he could have been, but they botched any momentum he had after they dropped the tag team titles, and both of them him and Goldust became glorified losers for the most part in early 2014. But anyway, I just thought, especially now after their father has passed away, and I thought, Cody has talked about it before in past blogs as to why it would have been so cheap for him to come back as Cody Rhodes after Dusty passed away, and I absolutely agree. I mean, at the time I didn't. I thought they really made a mistake by not making him Cody Rhodes upon his return, but I can see where he's coming from, but I feel like enough time has passed since the passing of Dusty that it doesn't really feel like they're cashing in on Dusty's death. I'm not saying that he should become Cody because of his father. He should become Cody Rhodes again because that's the character that people can connect with the most. And I hate the argument that when people say that he's not connecting as a babyface or that he wasn't connecting as a babyface before he became Stardust. Oh, he's a loser, he has no personality, he can't go in the ring. Which is absolute BS. The guy was over. I was just watching Survivor Series 2013. Terrible show. I would not recommend that you do the same. But on that show, in the midst of his tag team title run with Goldust, the guy was over. People liked Cody for Cody. And he was not just over because of Goldust and their whole team. No, he was over before that. You go back to his match with Randy Orton on, I think it might have been the Labor Day edition of Raw in that year. And him and Orton had a great freaking match. People were so excited to see Cody Rhodes finally getting an opportunity to shine and even defeat. He looked great. And then they fired him and they did the whole Authority, Shield angle, which was amazing. And the whole tag team title run was amazing. But from that point forward, they just didn't follow up on the momentum properly. And I feel like if we can get that Cody Rhodes back, not mustache Cody Rhodes or dashing Cody Rhodes or freaking the mask-wearing Cody Rhodes, if we get that pure Cody Rhodes from late 2013 back as a babyface, then I'm all for it. The guy is money, and the guy is only 30, 31 years old. There's still time, but don't take that as an excuse to not push him right now. Again, I hate to sound like I'm complaining, because I've said this time and time and time again over the last 3 to 4 past freaking years, because I feel like they should have capitalized on this a long time ago. And just because they're feuding now, Goldust and Stardust, that does not mean they have anything special in mind for WrestleMania. That's pretty far-fetched. I've learned that over the past 4 years. But it would be great if by some glimmer of hope that they can have a match at WrestleMania dedicated to their father, and afterwards they hug, and Stardust becomes Goldust, or he rather becomes Cody Rhodes again. I feel like that would be amazing. Give them their moment, have Goldust go off on a high note. The guy looked great on Sunday. He had an awesome showing in that tag team match, but I mean, it's not a feud that's going to light the world on fire, because, they took, Goldust was gone for so long, and it really has lost its steam, and they were involved in an undercard match on Raw this past week with the Ascension and the Primetime Players, but I still feel like they can have a magical moment at WrestleMania, even if it's on the pre-show, over the next couple months. I mean, WrestleMania is not for another 3 or 4 months, so I doubt it's going to drag out that long, but it would be nice if they gave them their WrestleMania moment and blew off the Stardust character there, as well as Goldust's career.